Right now I'm standing in one of the archaeological spots on the site here at Poverty Point, and what they believe is this actually may be something similar to Woodhenge or Stonehenge over in England, where the natives were basically planted posts in the ground, had them set to the cardinal directions, east, west, north, south, and they used this type of a circle for keeping track of where the positions of the earth and sun were. Today is December 22nd, 2011. The sun is supposed to be setting at winter solstice, December solstice, somewhere in this direction here. If you look at what's going on here on the iPad and configure it to the actual directions, you can see that the sun is going to come at an angle. It's about right here right now. It's going to come down straight here, just to the south of the main mound, Mound A, that's in between the line of the mounds that run on the western section of the site. So whether or not this has an archaeoastronomic tie, right now can't say conclusively whether it does or not. It's going to take an awful lot more study of the site itself to see, and then you also have to figure out what was the base point to start the alignments from. Now there's an early mound over here that's been quite eroded. They say it's one of the oldest places on the whole area here. It would take some time to come back, really set up and get the alignments right to be able to measure and make sure that indeed there's some kind of configuration here that shows that this is aligned with the winter solstice or the December solstice. Right now obviously that's kind of inconclusive, but it is amazing to be seeing. There's this circle which has a diameter of some 60 feet off across on the other side of the highway there, 577. There's another circle, it's some 220 feet I think in diameter. Obviously it looks like it has some of the same intents and purposes. Could have been like a Woodhenge, a Stonehenge, and done some measurements and calendar, like you use as a calendar to know when to plant, when things like winter's going to start. Today becomes the first day of winter, and when the sun hits that one spot at sunset, it starts moving back so that the days get longer, the nights get shorter, and we start moving back towards summer. So pretty important day to be here. I wish it wasn't cloudy and rainy and a little bit chilly, but that's part of being in a operation that's geared to be outside. So we're learning here. The girls have had a pretty good time learning all kinds of new information and things that we didn't know. There apparently are mounds located all over Louisiana, and when we were talking to the curator across the street at the museum, she was saying, you know, well, last thing we need to do is really identify any more mounds here in Louisiana, because they are everywhere. And I had no idea that about the same period of time when the pyramids were being built here in Louisiana across the ocean, on some of the similar parallels, people had the inclination to haul large mounds of dirt. I noticed that there's discussion between it being bags or baskets. Nonetheless, they moved a heck of a lot of dirt without tractors, without shovels, and they built some pretty remarkable, fascinating sites. Obviously this is somewhere you could come to and spend a lot of time doing a little bit more research, learning and observing how the place changes during the different seasons. In time we need to, as part of the Wonders Expedition, find some of the scientists who have done just that, spend some time talking to them and getting to know them better. But this is essentially what the Wonders Expedition is all about, though. It's finding these sites all around the world, finding out the history and the science behind them, and finding out what possessed people thousands of years ago to build something like this. In my mind, it's not a natural inclination to go out and build this Mound A here and move millions of pounds of dirt to build a hill some 200 feet in the air that makes a car built in 2012 look like a dot on the horizon. It's just amazing. They were doing this back when they were building the pyramids, and you know, here we've always thought that the Native Americans, you know, we've always called them savages. Well, these savages were building engineering projects that we can't build today. They were building these mounds. They built this perfect C-shaped city here for them to live on, and it's just absolutely amazing. So we're wrapping up the stop here at Poverty Point today with the kids. Lots of things to go back and write about, do some more research. Obviously we're going to be coming back here and doing some more research and more investigations, but this is just the beginning, and this really begs the question, starts you wondering what other sites are there across America and the other continents that need to be explored, and looking at what kind of combinations and things that they have in common, and trying to find the answers to what's different and what's similar and what has possessed men and women through thousands of years of history to do incredible sights like this.